Welcome to
Still feel the pain of that coin hockey badass jamming his thumb up my butthole.
Turning and turning in the widening journey. The falcon cannot hear the falconer.
as always.
Things
Follow
fall
the plan.
apart.
You've
The
been saying
center
the same
cannot
shit
hold.
again and again for like 15
Humanity is loosed
We don't
among
have any
all.
cow porn in our Discord.
Like a dim tide is loosed.
You're probably a nihilist.
And everywhere the ceremony of innocence is drowned.
My dick is 8
The
inches.
best lack all conviction. While the worst are full of passion and intensity.
Keto, I got your keto right here right up your ass.
Well, you're a fucking pedophile, so like maybe an atheist or a Christian would look at this and say, well, you're just a rapist. Pride is born of good works, positive qualities, and successful results. And we will plant that right between Beardson's legs. You don't want to get into a dick measuring competition with me.
I'm going to go in shill mode for a second. Up there, streamlabs.com/Clairebere. That is the dono alerts way that you can donate to me if you are so interested. So for $3.79, the cost of the quarter pounder, you can feed Fuentes. I'll show you guys what that looks like.
Well, you wouldn't be the first woman to make money off her ass on the internet.
And off
So-
of Fuentes.
If you'd like to feed Fuentes a quarter pounder,
Real
it look like?
down the Big Mac, and they're chewing on their Hamburglar to like.
What a pounder would like to be fed a
This is a
brapbox.
test donation for $3.79.
and then here is the brapbox audio.
Mommy, brat.
Chudbuds.lol, home of the
This is a
brapbox.
test donation for $5.
So there you go, guys. Society 6, but yeah. Also, I just wanted to say that, here's the wholesome part. There's a lot of people watching right now that have been inviting you into our homes for years, for well over a decade. We've been watching your streams, participating in your polls, your art contest, your memes. We laugh with you, we spend time with you, and as a result, we do end up ultimately caring about you and what happens to you and Jade as well. So basically, I just wanted to say that I don't really give a shit that you say you don't have internet friends, because the reality is you have an internet family. And so we really do care about you, and fuck you if you don't like it.
That was the gayest thing ever, but thank you, though.
I know. It was,
I know
it was
that you-
extremely fucking gay.
I know
I told you up front.
I know that you don't have internet friends, but you have an internet fam. I feel like this is an intervention.
Well, that's all I had to say. So you can let the next person on so that they can satisfy chat with saying all the gamer words that they want to say.
Oh, I'm sure they're going to. All right. Well, thank you for calling in.
All right. Bye-bye.
Yep. Take it easy.
Nick has blamed a lot of the degeneracy that has happened on his Discord. That is where the bottle in ass pictures were leaked. I think that the real problem and source of the degeneracy is his locals, specifically the locals chat, and these issues predate the Discord getting shut down. Many of the screenshots that I'm about to show you guys from the locals are just from the last few days, according to the people that sent them to me. Some are older that came from the Kiwi Farms thread, but this sort of shit is posted on a regular and constant basis in the locals. This isn't just like an occasional thing where, okay, a lewd might pop up in there, once every couple days or something. No, this is every single day there is somebody in there posting lewd pictures of themselves. The images posted usually aren't fully nude. They're like lewds where they've censored them like with emojis or cutouts of Nick's face over the nipples and things like that. I have gone a step above and beyond with all the pictures that I have for you guys by really going overboard with the censoring, just out of an abundance of caution. So it's enough to give you guys the idea of the this thread of fighting was started because this gal, maybe Kate, who I get has been in the server for a while.
Wait a minute, why is that guy
Rand, I swear to
avatar?
God, Rand, I swear to God, if you interrupt me again, I'm gonna kick you off the call. I love you, but don't do it again. All right.
I love you too.
I got the ruler out. The ruler is ready. He was being
but he's been really passive aggressive about having to do it.
Yes, he was.
That's what pissed me off. That's why I'm done with Flamenco, because he was being such an F slur since we're on YouTube.
Welcome home, bro. I was only fucking trying to drag you kicking and screaming for months.
Like, I'm fucking done dealing with it, because every single time you give him solid advice, he either doesn't do it or he does it, but then gets really passive aggressive about it, and I'm tired of it.
What is this emotion? What is this emotion, Gator, that's dripping into my cold, dead heart? It feels like smug vindication. Quite the rare flavor.
Yes, Randbot, you were right.
So yeah, he was fighting with people about it. He was talking about Augie, and Augie was fighting back with him. I mean, this was all just, back and forth bullshit on post the next day. And as I mentioned, the doxing of emails, that's not the last time that would happen. And it happened because of this DMCA takedown request. Because Grimskull posted a screenshot of the DMCA takedown request, and it included an email address for Flamenco, which apparently the folks over on Kiwi Farms quickly were able to. Keemstar got on at the end.
Well, we told him, we told him, like, to stop going at the commentary community, stop paying attention to them. They're just farming him for content because he's the latest lolcow that they all want to, like, cancel or whatever. Just ignore them, stop getting into fights with them, stop being retarded. And then literally Keemstar hops on in the chat and Flamenco's like, guys, should I go and talk to Keemstar?
Oh, I saw this. Yeah, I saw I'm not sure if you were one of them, Gator, but there was this chorus of voices basically saying, like, Flamenco, it's not a good thing that Keemstar wants to talk to you. Like the Lord High Executioner is like knocking on the door. He doesn't actually want to sit down and have tea and biscuits.
This is not a good thing. He's not your friend.
No.
Like, he's not your internet friend. He's not trying to help you. He's trying to help himself. You have to tell that to Flam, but even if you tell them.
Well,
the
like
irony too is that Keemstar ended up giving him, like, actual solid advice that he also didn't listen to.
yeah, that's actually true.
What advice, such as, like, shut the fuck up? Like, that probably.
I mean, yeah, more or less, yeah.
Pretty much,
Shut the fuck up, sit down, stop being an idiot, stop getting. Okay.
Yo, what's going on, Claire?
Hey, can you all hear me?
Yeah.
Yep, loud and clear.
So, what the fuck are you doing, man?
The guy literally just, like, both uploaded my own shit.
Shakedown. I get that. And like, what I was trying to say in chat is, like, this is a situation where you're technically in the right. Like,
no, I'm like 100% in the right in this. That's. Like,
I know.
okay.
But
sorry.
Listen. From a technical perspective, yes, you have the right to issue a strike if it's not transformative because it's not fair use. Yes, but from like just a moral standpoint, it just makes you look fucking gay, man. It's just petty. It feels petty, and it opens you up to any sort of retaliation from people that are going to do the same thing to you if you watch their content. You know, it's just I don't know.
Well, they didn't even watch they didn't even watch my content. It was literally just a bulk upload of the thing.
I get that. But you see the point that I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you are technically in the right. You have the right to flag that. However, it looks fucking stupid. I mean, especially when you have criticized other people for doing the same thing before. Like, have we not learned anything from Bouldergate? You know?
Yeah, but
like, it's just...
Mundane Matt was filing reports on videos that were making fun of him.
True.
Ralph is actively DMCAing people that are
hey there,
covering
kids.
live
It's time
fuck
for
ups
the
on his
shameless
stream
shekel
and commentating
shakedown.
on them.
It might be by the books,
And
but
you know,
who
I know you
cares?
said you
Looks
didn't watch
bad.
Gator and my stream last night where we were covering this, and you know, I'm gonna be honest, we weren't the kindest to you about the whole situation.
Oh, that's fine. I don't fucking care.
But the thing that you got to understand, Flamenco, is like you had an opportunity, like basically handed to you by Jim's stream with the whole like bracket shit.
I mean,
against
I still
Salvo.
have that. I like
No,
nothing.
just-
Nothing can take away from that one.
Let me finish though. Like that was handed to you because like
Oh, yeah, that
you know
was very
whether
nice
you want
of
to
him.
whether you want to admit it or not.
Well, hey there,
you know,
kids.
the
It's time for the
controversy
shameless
with
shekel
you was a little bit
shakedown.
older. The
Your
stuff
main
with
draw is
Salvo
a
was
video view
fresh,
with stream
and he
views.
read the
If people
logs,
restream
which
your
I think
stuff,
that if
then
he
that's a
hadn't gotten
problem.
into reading the
Retract
logs
the
from
claim.
like the
Enjoy
piss
the
stuff
free
of
publicity.
Salvo, that it may not have swung that direction.
It might have been just a little closer.
All right.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, you immediately take this and go on like a fucking victory lap, and it's, you know, you're one of those people that is able to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. Have you ever heard that before? Like that's what you are doing right now. You're going around getting into bitch slap fights with people, and I don't know the commentary community people. Like I'm familiar with some of their names because I saw the Fireball streams that they were on and stuff, but I don't know who they are. And when I watch some of that shit, it is just like pure unadulterated autism on both sides. Like nobody won that shit, in my opinion. It was just like, I don't know, man. You're not coming out on top here. You're making yourself look worse by, you know, going on these like other people's streams to get in fights with Diorio, and it's like it's not worth it. I don't think it's worth it at all. You're making yourself look worse. You're opening yourself up to more criticism, you know, by admitting that you admitted on Jim's call-in stream that you read the Boy Soprano thing, which, you know, that was part of how, you know, Godwinson and PPP, they fumbled the ball on that stream. Cause
they fumbled the ball on the Steam stuff because, like, they were going based off of, like, barely coherent associations with like some random person in a Steam group that I never even fucking joined.
Yeah, but didn't they also press you on the manga and you said, is there any evidence that I actually read it?
No, I don't think I ever said that.
Maybe I'm wrong. I'm wrong. But at any rate, you admitted on Jim's call-in stream that you read it, and so that has caused a lot of people like, oh my god, he said that he read it. You know, so you've got a lot of heat still on you, regardless of the fact that Salvo did this, you know, piss play, age play stuff. Like the thing is, like, people can think two things are retarded at the same time. Like, just because Salvo is won that bracket thing doesn't get you off the hook. Does that make sense?
Sure, I guess. It's very frustrating. It's very frustrating on that one, but
yeah, literally all you had to do was nothing. Like, everybody was at Salvo's throat. Salvo was obviously going to come back and just start going at them and return. All this shit was going to get leaked. Logs were getting thrown around everywhere. Everybody was leaking everything. And guess what? You walk up and you do something retarded and you get in all these fights, and guess what? Now they're focusing 110% of their energy on you. Ralph and Diorio right now are sucking each other off in the most disgusting fashion on Twitter.
Of course
right
they
now.
are. Of
They're
course they are.
circle jerking each other.
It's very. It really is. It's so fucking frustrating.
But you made that happen. You made that happen. You gave them red meat to shit on you and to join guns together and dance around the fire.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's just so fucking frustrating that, like, people get to just actively lie and be hypocrites, and there's no fucking consequence for these people, and it's just very, it's very infuriating. I don't know. Maybe it's like the fucking autistic hang up on fairness or whatever, but like it's just it really is infuriating.
I mean, I get it. Life isn't fair, though. Like dumb shit happens. People lie about shit. Yeah. People make up shit. That's just the internet. And if you want to be a content creator, you're just gonna have to deal with the fact that somebody's gonna wake up and they're gonna be like, I'm just gonna make some shit up about this guy to see if it pisses him off. You're just gonna have to deal with that, or just leave the internet.
Time for the shameless
shakedown. You need to just stop engaging.
You said you would be done with these people,
I mean,
and
you're
then
making yourself.
Well, I am
don't you see why we are all here? Yeah. This is an intervention.
Well, no,
leave
I mean,
it alone.
just this fucking morning, some retard that I don't even know who he is, Spondyle was like A-logging you on post, and you're fighting with him and posting Discord logs of him talking to somebody, and then we find out that he's a 17-year-old, so he got banned from post and Chudbuds right afterwards. It's just like, why are you arguing with a fucking child? It's just stupid, man. Like, you don't have to always get the last word. You don't always have to be right. And when you think that you have a W, don't go out there and shake your ass. Like, that's just, you're painting a target on your back with your actions. And it makes it so much harder to find any sort of defense for you. Does that make sense? Like, I've never had a personal problem with you or anything like that, but it's just like, I see you making these same mistakes over and over, and then you're like posting more manga in your Discord, and people are posting screenshots of it. It's just like, do you not understand how this shit fucking looks?
Yeah, but like, I mean,
defending veto and stuff like that.
The problem is that the thing that I posted is like completely benign, but people will just lie about it. So it's just like, I can't do anything without these fucking retards that have been given the green light to just make shit up without any fucking consequence to keep on doing it. Like, I mean, now people are saying it's like, oh, you false flagged somebody. It's just like, whatever.
Do you understand that what you're doing is you make a mistake and it gets magnified 1,000-fold, when what you should be doing is absolutely nothing. Just see, this is what Jim tried to get across to like everybody. Just make content. Don't get in gay autistic fights. Don't flag people, strike people, DMCA claim people, whatever. Just make content. If people re-upload your stuff and they're getting more views on it, so what? Just focus on your shit, play games, talk to your chat, interact with your chat, read super chats, focus on that stuff. Don't worry about what the fuck like Tommy C is saying on his show, or Nick Diorio, or whatever the fuck.
Whose fat ass is larded his way over into here. I do want to ask, though, since he's in the chat.
They're going to drag you into their shows.
I do want to ask him, since he's trying to...
No, you don't need to... Listen, you don't need to ask them anything. This is
fat ass is larded his way over into here. I do want to ask, though, since he's in the chat.
They're going to drag you into their shows.
I do want to ask him, since he's
trying to... You don't need... Listen, you don't need to ask them anything. This is the same thing. You don't need to ask them anything. You're engaging again. Stop engaging. Do your shit. Do your content. Play your WoW or whatever it is that you want to fucking do. Stop engaging. You don't have to be right all the time.
It's not that we need to be right all the time. I would just love for these fucking people who are coming in to gloat. Tell me what was transformative about the video. I would love to see what was transformative about the video. Because they won't be able to explain it, and they'll never, like, admit that they're lying. They don't fucking care, because they're fucking losers, and I fucking hate them. I really fucking do. I really fucking hate these people.
They don't care, but you do. And they know that you do.
They are genuinely the most worthless people out there.
And that's part of your problem too, is that you care too much about what people think of you.
I don't care what people think.
You do, or you wouldn't say that you hate them. I just would like for them to stop fucking lying.
That's what I would love to do. I would love for these smug sacks of shit to stop fucking lying. But they will never do it. They'll never do it. They'll look the other way on Schizos when it benefits them. They'll pretend that they didn't fucking promote Salvo and all that shit. They'll pretend that they weren't fucking afraid to speak out about him. And they'll gunt on about it. And it's just fucking infuriating. These people.
Well, guess what? Sooner or later, that shit catches up with people.
Yeah.
All you have to do is nothing. Just let the... Dude, internet communities have maybe like a 5-year shelf life maximum.
See, even there, Diorio just even fucking said, well, actually, I said that you were legally in the right. He's still gonna gunt on about it. He's still gonna gloat about it. He's a fat, disingenuous piece of shit, and I fucking hope he kills himself.
What Diorio thinks? The man posted a picture of his fucking headphones with his logo on it, like an absolute faggot, okay? Yes, he did. Like, who fucking cares what Diorio does?
Who cares?
He's like, a complete retard.
You are looking at chat and so fucking focused on what is being said about you, you're not hearing the message that we're trying to give you.
Kids.
Like,
it's time
just
for the shameless
stop. Stop caring what people
In the
say
immortal
about
words
you.
of Michael Jordan.
I have
Stop it.
people
Get
on the
some help.
Fediverse that follow me around and make comments about my brapbox. They call me a cunt.
Oh, hey
they
there,
call
kids.
me all
It's
sorts
time
of
for the
fucking names.
shameless
I don't
shekel
care. I haven't
shakedown.
banned a single
Blam.
person for
Take a
talking
breath
shit
now.
about me on Chudbuds. Stop. You are getting A-logged because you let yourself get A-logged. You're letting
You're
it
giving
happen.
them the reaction they want every single time. And when you hop on these streams, like when you hopped on Tommy C's show, like you know that they're gonna let Diorio in to talk shit and leave. And it aggravates the shit out of you every single time. But you keep doing it. And I've told you numerous fucking times to stop going on commentary shows and arguing with them because they're just serving you up as content. And now once again, you've given them something else to talk about. It doesn't matter if it's a lie or whatever. A lie is going to travel around the world before the truth gets its pants on. You know that. That's just how it works. It's the internet. It's the internet. People just talk shit constantly. And you just have to accept it.
It's just very fucking frustrating that people just get a free pass to just do whatever the fuck they want as long as it's like the right target. It's just very infuriating.
That's unfortunately how the internet works.
Kids. It's
They
time
get
for
a
the
free
shameless
pass to
shekel
fuck with anybody they
shakedown.
want to until
Blam.
it's their
You
number
should
that
pack
gets
yourself
punched.
a bowl,
That's just
man.
how things work. You just have to ignore it. You just have to make content and do your own thing, and don't worry about what's going on in the peanut gallery. Because guess what? There's gay ops and stupid shit happening to everybody every single fucking day. If you let it consume you, you'll let it destroy you. There's the whole laundry list of people that's worried about this kind of shit, and it became all they talked about. It became all they cared about. And guess what? Nobody gives a fuck about Tonka Saw except as a joke. Tonka Saw got so fucking obsessed with people laughing about his wrestling career, quote unquote, saying that he lived in a fucking crack shack, that he rode around in a fucking wheelchair. And guess what? He could walk just fine. The wheelchair thing was made up, but he got so ass hurt about the wheelchair thing that now it's like when you think about Tonka Saw, you think of him in a wheelchair. It's the same fucking thing here. Yes, people are going to lie about you. They're going to make shit up because they want to see if it bothers you. And if it bothers you, it becomes your entire internet identity for the rest of as long as you're using that identity.
All right.
And
you just have to ignore shit.
Yeah, and also, you also have to stop painting a target on your back with the shit that you do. That's the other piece of this. Like, stop posting, Dommy Mommy manga pictures in your Discord.
It wasn't. It was completely benign.
But people don't know that, okay?
Yeah.
People don't fucking know that. They
There's-
see an
yeah.
image, they see a screenshot, and they make an assumption or whatever. I don't fucking know what it is, but that was the impression I got. Stop posting that shit. If you have kids if you have anybody that's underage in your Discord, kick them the fuck out. That's a huge thing. You should not have anybody under 18 in your Discord.
Oh, I already don't. That's already a stated rule.
Okay, well, I'm just saying you shouldn't.
Unlike some people
All right,
with 14-year-old Discords, that's a little...
Stop doing shit like defending Vito and Mr. Girl or whoever you were defending on
I wasn't
those
even
arguments.
defending him. I just said I didn't think that he was a pedophile. I think he's just a fucking attention whore and I don't like him. But again, it doesn't matter because people can just lie and there's no consequence for it. There's no
saying that you don't think he's a pedo is defending him. Do you not understand that?
I Okay, fair.
I'm just saying, stop doing this shit that puts a target on your back.
All right.
It's fucking retarded.
I guess, like, the only problem is just I feel as if, like, even if I just don't do anything, that they'll still make shit up. Because it's profitable for them. There's a profit for it, and it's, I don't know, it's very frustrating.
Of course people are going to make shit up. But the way that you react to it is what causes that content to get made. You know,
right.
there's a whole fucking video that Kinashe made of clips of you reading some tranny's tweets. And they are like super fucking disgusting tweets. And so he clipped it out of context and made it a video of you.
Yeah.
Do you ever think in your head, maybe I shouldn't read this sort of stuff?
Yeah,
like,
but if
maybe
my entire channel is like covering crazy people on the internet, then there's really just no winning. That and people that have like little faggoty grudges like Diorio and Augie will signal boost this fucking schizoid, and they don't fucking care that he's a pathological liar because it benefits them. And then they'll pretend, oh well, we're so high and mighty and we don't do this and blah 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 blah, and you know it's whatever. Until, like, eventually he fucking schizoids out on them, and then they're gonna pretend, oh, I never liked this guy in the first place.
Exactly, and guess what? All you have to do is nothing. Because that shit happens to everyone.
Yeah.
Anybody that uses the sword, lives by the sword, dies by the sword. The same shit will happen to them. But guess what? You've made yourself a target, you got their focus on you, so that's not going to happen anytime soon because they're going to focus on shitting on you and going after you. You have to learn that you have to learn not to make yourself a target, a very easy target for people to fuck with you.
I feel like this is just talking in circles, so I'm gonna dip out.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Also, Stardust wants to call in.
God.
Discord is fucking gay, so I only.
Yeah, thanks for calling in, Claire. I am listening to you, and I'm hopefully gonna try to.
My little theory here is that, like, if Ralphamania takes place tomorrow, and as far as I'm concerned, it is a big if.
Right.
He will then immediately depart back to Mexico and not stick his snout back up in the US for some time.
Probably not.
I really think that he can tomorrow. I want him to be able to do it, but I there's something in my gut that says that something's gonna happen.
Oh, I'm sure something
will
is gonna happen. Yeah, something's
if
gonna
the
happen
event
tomorrow.
takes place, something will happen.
Something will happen. Somebody's gonna get in a fight. Maybe somebody will come in and elbow check Ralph in the mouth again. Who knows? Something will happen tomorrow. That's for sure. And that's tomorrow night, correct? Ralphamania is supposed to be like 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. I think I have the time right. No, not tomorrow. Is it tomorrow or Friday? I don't even fucking remember. No, tomorrow is Friday.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm lost on what day it is.
I don't even know when is Ralphamania because I never thought it would happen.
Is it tomorrow or is it Saturday, you guys? I can't remember.
I thought it was supposed to be on the 14th. So
I think so. That'd be Saturday. Okay. So, well, regardless, something crazy will probably happen, and I know that Ralph is supposed to be streaming it on Cozy. I think that some people have already announced that they're planning to stream snipe it on Comfy. So there'll be multiple places to watch the action all unfold. That's for sure.
Well,
Saturday is Ralphamania. Okay.
They're not just claiming that they're going to be stream sniping. They're claiming that there are going to be infiltrators with GoPros.
Oh, I'm sure there's going to be all sorts of alogs on the ground.
Well, yeah, but Ralph has been taunting everyone. You will not be able to do anything. I dare you. You will die. People are like, okay. Challenge accepted.
Yeah, I think that we're probably going to see quite a few alogs showing up there. I know that Pod Awful was planning on showing up. I think I know Kinashe probably has people that are going. It's going to be interesting. That's for sure. So
How many infractions does he have active right now?
That's a good question.
He's got a 12-month suspended sentence hanging over him if he gets done for anything.
That's done. No, the suspended sentence is over. That expired. Yeah, that expired like, I don't know, maybe a week and a half ago.
A week and a half ago, and now
it was like
and so now we're swatting our father-in-law and interfering with interstate commerce by pulling down Harry's eBay, and we're committing misdemeanor credit card fraud. All after a week and a half of that 12-month.
I want to say it was like
aspiring, huh?
Right at the very beginning of the year, I think, like around the 2nd or the 3rd, possibly. I could be remembering wrong, but his suspended sentence is over. I don't know if there was any probation and stuff involved. I imagine not, because he was allowed to move outside the country. And a lot of times if you're on probation, they may not let you do something like that. So I think that as far as the suspended sentence, which was for the revenge porn, I think that's done.
He's always on the edge. He knows what to... He's not that dumb.
Yeah.
I'll give him that. But...
As far as like other cases, I don't know the specifics. I know that there's probably stuff that Vickers is trying to file, because Vickers is always trying to file something. There's like the diary stuff. I don't know. I don't know what else is like pending over him right now, but it does seem like
a few things. I will say that it's probably like, once again, like not a genius move to open.
Jeez, Awoo in voice chat.
Awoo!
Was out here just giving me all the rackets information with all these wine moms and their fucking nipple pictures and shit. What the hell?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, Rackets opened up this thing called Locals, which is kind of like a paid Discord, and it was like I think at the height of right after or the height of the Johnny Depp trial, and obviously the main audience for that, or like a huge portion of the audience, was like kind of bored wine moms. So they'd all join the Locals because they had disposable income, and I guess like they are more. I don't know what the fuck a Locals is, but I guess they're more prone to using it than like typical like internet chat room user that's like a 20.
I wouldn't call it a Discord. I would call it more like a Facebook group, because I joined it. Yeah, I joined it like, I don't know, a month ago when all this stuff started to come out about Rekieta, because I wanted to see what was happening, and it feels a lot like a private. It feels like a private Facebook group. I haven't posted anything there, but that's what it feels like. Is Facebook. It feels like a private Facebook group.
Moms probably love it, yeah.
Yes,
because it's familiar to them because they love Facebook. So, I think all these kind of lonely wine moms were that probably had a crush on Johnny Depp. They probably they joined the Locals, and now they got Nick Rekieta, and they felt he was more attainable. They all were fighting for his attention.
Yeah.
Eventually, one of them starts posting lewds. Nick seems interested. He's like, "Oh, that's kind of sexy." And then, so now the floodgates open, and then all the girls that were thirsting after him start posting their own lewds, and Nick really gets into that. And I think he's feeling like a rock star right now.
There was, from what I understand from Nick's thread on Kiwi Farms, that Kayla, his wife, wasn't aware at first that people were posting lewds in Locals. And then he did some stream that she was on, because he has her on sometimes, like as a guest or whatever. And he mentioned somebody posting, their tits in the Locals. And she's just like, oh, really? And she seemed like a little like taken aback by it and stuff. But apparently she's embraced it. Because at this point she's like posting ass pictures and things like that in there. But
I don't have any confirmation on this, but I heard rumors that Nick and his wife were at some point discussing her starting an OnlyFans, because she described it was
empowering.
Empowering.
Yes.
A way to earn money, which is like completely insane based on like his previous stance on things.
Yes.
Like 180.
It's fucking Magichan, you guys. Like Magichan is like the fucking demon in Fallen. It's Azazel.
That's what you get for laughing at Sonichu.
Yeah, I saw the Rekieta picture in the video chat, and it was fucking hilarious.
The one of the bottle in the ass with he's got
God.
Hank Hill butt cheeks.
Head Empty in chat says, how long until they open their marriage and Nick troons out?
I have a theory that their marriage is already opened up, and we just don't know it yet.
Ralph was right about Drex, though. He probably, like, the black dude that is his friend, he's probably sleeping with his wife.
I've seen that allegation a few times, and actually, I saw in the Kiwi Farms thread that somebody had screen capped Drex had made a comment in Nick's Discord server before Nick shut his Discord server down, which happened like a couple weeks ago. And Drex was kind of being a little critical of the way that Rekieta has been going lately. So I don't know. It's kind of funny where, you know, Drexel, who has openly talked about being the bull in other people's relationships, is now you know, telling Nick, like, you need to settle the fuck down. You know, we might be in a situation where Drex is trying to save their marriage and saying, like, you need to stop this shit.
It's insane because Nick's the only guy to get more degenerate by closing his Discord server. Like, I think his Discord server was like making fun of him because it's not moderated by him. I guess, like, he leaves it to his own devices, and he's saying, you guys are such prudes. I don't want to have to take the time to moderate it to, like, you know, get all the prudes out. So I'm just going to close this down because you guys won't stop making fun of me. Also, if you don't, you know, like, how dare I express my sexuality in front of you guys? How dare I? You guys are such, like, prudes.
And he's been doing the same thing on live streams. You know, he's been calling people prudes during his live streams because, like, he was just, after he got banned from YouTube, he was going to do Rumble exclusively, and now he's doing YouTube for like the first hour or something of his streams, and then he cuts off YouTube and switches to Rumble only. And he's done some streams where he's, like, you know, telling people, like, if you don't like it, you're fucking prudes, and you know, why should I care what you have to say? You know, if I'm an exhibitionist, so what? You know, bitching about his children.
Yeah, saying that he's upset that his kids have obligations for the holidays because he wants to fuck his wife more.
Yeah, like, if I could do anything right now, I'd be on vacation, you know, fucking my wife in Jamaica, but, you know, all my kids have these holiday obligations, and it's just like,
you're saying, you know, like, hey, if my kids find this stuff about me talking about fucking their mom, then that would be good because my parents never talked to me about sex until I was like 30 or 40, and that's insane.
Like, I didn't even know if my parents loved each other until I was 39 because they never talked about, you know, having sex and stuff. It's just like, well, I'm sorry that your parents are too repressed to, like, even kiss each other in your presence and stuff, but that doesn't mean that you need to talk about your sex life in front of your children, you know?
And is that even repression? Sex isn't inherently love. Like,
no.
Like, doing PDA in front of your kids doesn't mean that you don't love each other.
Why do you need to talk about sex with your children beside explaining to your son at 16 years old that if he gets a woman pregnant, you're going to beat his ass?
Right. Well, yeah, because, like, somebody asked Rekieta, like, you know, how would you feel if your kids saw the Baldo review and stuff like that? And he's just like, I hope that they see it someday, you know, like, I hope that they know that I love their mother and that we have this healthy relationship and blah blah blah, because, like, until I was 39 I didn't even know if my parents loved each other. And it's just like, that's over.
Yeah, I hope that my kids see the video where I say I wish that they didn't exist so I could fuck their mom more. I really hope that.
You know, and even though they homeschool their kids, they're in a homeschool co-op. So there are other children in their age group that are part of this, you know, like, homeschooling group. You know that somebody's going to fucking see that. You know that, you know, one of the other kids is going to come across this and then be like, hey, Nick Jr., what's a fucking Baldo? You know, you want to ask your dad about that?
Online. You know that AVOWS are going to find the video. They're going to research all the people in Nick's area. They're going to find out which kids go to the fucking co-op. They're going to DM them they're going to find their Discord IDs. They're going to DM the kids Nick stuff, and then they're going to DM the parents of the kids Nick stuff to get Nick in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then the kids aren't going to go over to Nick's house anymore.
Right. Which I wouldn't blame the fucking parents.
People online are relentless. They'll find your shit, and then they'll give it to your parents, like, to fuck with you. And that's probably what's going to happen.
Even more so when you put yourself at an eye spot in the morals and values of society. After that, you go just fucking full porno.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't care what he is into. I just don't want to hear about it. The fact that Rekieta talks about it so much lately, like, that's the content of his streams. Like, we're not going to talk about trials that are ongoing. We're not going to talk about, you know, verdicts and constitutional law or anything like that. We're going to talk about the BDSM devices that I have underneath my bed, or the fact that I have a sex swing, but we don't really use it because it's a pain in the ass to take up and down. Like, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to see you.
What?
Yeah, they have a swing. They have a swing, but they don't use it that much because it's a pain in the ass to hang on the ceiling and then take it down again. So it's just like, I don't want to know this shit. I don't want to know this shit. Just
don't forget the cross. Don't forget the St. Andrew's cross.
The St. Andrew's cross that they ordered custom from some guy that makes them in Australia, and that it packs flat and stores under their bed. I don't want to know this shit, Rekieta. I don't want to know. Tell me about verdicts. Tell me about legal shit. That's why I subscribe to you, you know?
I was just going to say, obviously, you're a prude and you're part of the old audience, and
I know.
Don't have to pander to you anymore.
I know. I'm a fucking prude, you know? Mycroft in chat says, I used to live with a couple who had really loud sex. Eventually, I had to tell them that no one else in the house wanted to hear them fuck. Yes, that's kind of how it is. It's like having a roommate that is a screamer. You have to, like, sit them down and say, nobody wants to hear this shit. Stop.
Well, the actual hard part is people do want to hear about Rekieta, like, fucking and whatever, all those wine moms on locals.
Yes,
like,
a portion of his audience does. Yeah, they're absolutely into it. And it's super parasocial because they post pictures of their tits. And, you know, like, I remember there was one that got posted in the thread where she was talking about how she was taking a pole dancing class. And you're just like, oh, well, let me know if you ever perform because I'll show up with the money gun. You know, it's just like, dude, this is fucked up. This is not how you should interact with your audience.
What? He didn't say that with the money gun, did he? Come on.
No, he did. He absolutely did. He talked about how he had bought a money gun, you know, that, like, shoots the money out, and that he had bought it, like, in Miami. Yes. I'm not fucking joking. Yes. It's Magichan. I fucking swear to God, it's Magichan, you guys. The merge began when Ralph showed up outside of chrischan's hotel room in Charlottesville or wherever the fuck he was hiding out. And Ralph showed up in the classic, and as, you know, chrischan was getting arrested. Kill stream! chrischan, do you have anything to say? Magichan jumped. It happened. I swear to God.
There's no other explanation because everything started from there.
Yes.
Man, I hate being right. When I hopped on that stream with Walrus and Roscoe, and just was like, yeah, I think it was Magichan, and Magichan's a demon that just possessed Chris.
Yes.
Had no idea how right I was.
Yeah, and I think Jim compared it to that movie, that movie Fallen, which is one of my favorite movies. I love that fucking movie. It's goofy as fuck, but I love it. And there's, like, a demon named Azazel that like moves through touch. And there's a scene where Azazel is, like, moving through a crowd on a street, and it's just like people bumping into each other, and they're talking to, you know, talking to the main character and stuff, and it's really fucked up. It's a great scene, but that's what I believe, is that, like, everybody that has come in contact with Ralph since Ralph came in contact with chrischan has been infected by Magichan.
I think the basis of all of this comes from 4chan. There was always a community that would, like, troll people and putting their heads in the microwave, putting, like, fucking... I saw things that I was like, this is impossible. And it's the same type of people, the same type of ideology of pushing people to the extreme. And you have, like, live streaming of it
Put
now.
your shoe on your head, you know?
Nick has blamed a lot of the degeneracy that has happened on his Discord. That is where the bottle in ass pictures were leaked. I think that the real problem and source of the degeneracy is his locals, specifically the locals chat, and these issues predate the Discord getting shut down. Many of the screenshots that I'm about to show you guys from the locals are just from the last few days, according to the people that sent them to me. Some are older that came from the Kiwi Farms thread, but this sort of shit is posted on a regular and constant basis in the locals. This isn't just like an occasional thing where, okay, a lewd might pop up in there, you know, once every couple days or something. No, this is every single day there is somebody in there posting lewd pictures of themselves. The images posted usually aren't fully nude. They're like lewds where they've censored them like with emojis or cutouts of Nick's face over the nipples and things like that. I have gone a step above and beyond with all the pictures that I have for you guys by really going overboard with the censoring. Just out of an abundance of caution. So it's enough to give you guys the idea of the simp culture and thottery and everything that is happening there. The pictures that I'm going to show are of other women that are members of his locals that are posting pictures of themselves in the chat on a daily basis. Okay? I want to get through this as quickly as possible because it's just as uncomfortable for me as it is for everybody else. I'm giving some examples here of what the culture is like on his locals. We see a pretty lady and we simp. Them's the rules. This is prudes make me blue, and then a photoshopped logo, Rekieta lawless. And this is also the same person.
Now, I'll be getting a zip file of the unaltered images after this.
No, nobody's... And like I said, these are all censored.
See you later.
These are all censored already, the originals are, but they're censored to the minimum. So there's like emojis over the nipples and stuff.
So you have to verify you're saying.
My imagination can fill in the blanks.
Then we've got a few people in there. The men, this guy in particular, a complete random, that apparently goes and collects these images from the chat and saves them in albums and then drops them in albums for Rekieta. So this is, he's reading things, time for another drop. So he's putting this in the chat when Nick is live on locals to try to catch him unawares and get him to look at these pictures while he's on stream. This guy does this a lot. We've got a complete random down here. We also have this lady, egalitarian bitch, and asking.
Strong username.
She's also adding him. This is during his live stream, okay? So he's seeing this on his live stream on locals, okay? And she says, Rekieta, do you want the non-censored version or will I be lynched? Crying, laughing emoji. All right, so this is the kind of culture that is on there, and Rekieta encourages it. So this is where a complete random, who I mentioned before, has posted an album saying, Rekieta, how's your day going? And then he drops this album with a bunch of women in it. And this is Rekieta replying to it, saying, great. I had another one, which I guess I've misplaced, but it's the same guy doing the same thing, posted an album and tagged Rekieta in it. And Rekieta said, I love you. Send these again when I'm sober. So he's encouraging the people in there to do this. And not only that, he's directly encouraging and interacting and flirting with the women that do it too, not just the dudes that are collecting these and putting them in albums. All right. So in the first clip that I showed you guys, well, I guess it was like the third clip here.
How does Lady Rackets feel about like all the tits that your husband sees of like people that are like always around? Whatever, all the tits. I don't know.
She says, what? What? So this is like the first she's hearing of this.
Only one person who has posted their tits in locals chats.
They're sitting next to each other in the same room. So she's looking over at him, giving this explanation as to what's going on.
There were two paths that appeared that night, and we took the bad path. The other path was divorce.
She says, this is news to me. So she has not known up until this point that there are tits being posted in locals.
I scrambled to delete it immediately. Locals has a no nudity, no pornography rule, and Mandy broke that rule. It's not. I did not want her to post breasts in the
her
chat.
own breast?
Yes.
How do you know it's her own breast?
Well, I don't technically know.
Good answer.
She said
Good
it was
answer.
hers.
No,
Here,
just
look,
kidding.
they're right there, except with my face over the nipples.
Thank you.
Because you can't post this shit in locals.
Okay, so do you see them?
I mean,
She did. They're right there.
He's talking to Mandy here. That's the person whose tits got posted at that time. So that was back at the end of October. This is just a couple weeks ago.
Mandy K, please tell me I wasn't responsible for opening the boob pic floodgate. I don't know if you were or not. Mandy. Hey, Mandy, let me tell you directly. So I don't know if I've ever said this. Nice tits, girl. Go get it. Go get it.
That's what a married man would say.
Right. And remember, I showed you guys what he had to say about his wife's body after pregnancy and stuff.
By the way, when she has kids, the second you pump all that semen into her and she gets pregnant, her body is destroyed for the next 3 to 5 years. If you have 5 kids, her body will be destroyed. Destroyed. Like, we paced out two years per kid, basically. 13 years.
So he's talking about his wife now. All right, we've gone from just talking in generics about
haven't you had about like 12 kids? So like you're not going to be right until you're 120, right?
Right. Like I said, at this point he is moved the analogy from just talking about pregnancy in general to now he's talking specifically about his wife, okay?
And pumping semen in her.
Minimum 13 years where she is not going to be that 8, 9, 10 that you married. And more importantly, because you probably won't care, it's going to be fine for you, but it won't be fine for her because she's going to remember being an 8, a 9, a 10. She's going to remember that. But now, no matter how much she runs, no matter how much she walks, that stomach skin just doesn't go away. Those abs don't tighten up. She could do 1,000 crunches. It doesn't matter. She could do 1,000 crunches a day. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Her tits, after the baby's done breastfeeding, they're going to be pancakes down to her fucking waist. It doesn't, and there's nothing you can do about it.
So keep that in the back of your mind. What he said about his wife's body contrasted with what he says to all these women that he's interacting with on the locals. Here's some examples of Nick interacting with people in there, flirting. I'm your boyfriend. I give excellent fashion advice to women. Wear less. Nick trying to turn this chat into a sex chat like we aren't all in horny jail. I don't know if chat needs Nick's help turning it all on our own. That doesn't get us out of horny jail, though. I've been in horny jail all day. I owe Alicia in Florida an apology. May have been out of line with her. I am not opposed to fun. Let's see here. And then here's Rekieta down here replying about this comment and saying she's horny worthy. So he's talking about Alicia and saying that she is horny worthy. Here's Alicia telling a story about giving a cop roadhead to chat. And Rekieta says, very cute. Somebody said that they didn't need to hear that, like they didn't need to hear her story about giving roadhead. And Rekieta says, no complaints, this is a good story. And she says, we let a truck driver watch for a minute, and he laughs. Ha, 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 ha. So he's interacting with people, posting sexual stories, and then he's also responding to people's pictures. This is a woman based from Mars that's talking about moving. She's going to move to a different city. I'm hoping my life will fall into place down there. I'd be much happier all around, and that would probably benefit my social life. And somebody else replies, having people nearby is important for a single young lady. I know it increases your overall confidence. And then Rekieta replies to her and says, I hope you don't make friends. And then she replies saying, I probably won't because I'll be like, sorry, I can't hang out. I'm busy. Opens locals app. So this is an example of like parasocial behavior, which is what I've been harping on. This is somebody that she's about to move to another city, and he's saying, you know, I hope that you don't make friends, so that way you stay dependent on this community of online people.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It is weird.
That's cult-like mentality.
What an odd thing to say.
What's going on here? Rekieta, top shelf stomach eyes. I do kind of like the angry eyes.
That is kind of funny.
It is kind of fucking funny. I once had a dream about rackets. Rekieta, same, to be honest. Were you naked in the dream? Rekieta, yes.
This guy's like just on permanent horny.
Yes. With everybody. Rekieta, I pushed for bulge posting and was one of the first male ass posters. Oh, this is the screenshot I missed earlier with a complete random. He likes to drop albums of women's photos from chat. Rekieta's replying to him and says, I love you, please send to me when sober. So the culture, as I've established, is very centered on thirst posting of photos, the simps males that are like orbiting these women. Rekieta is interacting with them. And anybody in the chat that pushes back against it is being attacked and shamed, even by like mods of Rekieta's.
Imagine, if you will, like you've stumbled across Nikki Rackets because you want to hear some sort of like high level like discussion of the law. You join this community and it's just tits and ass.
This is Sally78, which I will talk about her in a little bit. It's usually tits and ass I wait for. And then she's posted. When she posts, all right, a lot of people are saying, oh, that's hot. Alyssa Clips, who has been posting clips of Rekieta's channel lately, she says, gross. And everybody piles on to her. Says a woman. No one cares. See Goody564. This is one of his mods. Shut the fuck up. And then whatever this emoji is supposed to mean. So anybody that pushes back against this stuff that's being posted, they're immediately piled on, including by moderators of his chat. And speaking of C. Goody, he has been running defense hard for Rekieta throughout this whole thing. C. Goody is a mod, and so this is from YouTube comments on Alyssa Clip's channel, where she has been doing nothing except for posting clips from Rekieta's streams. She's not adding commentary to it. She's simply clipping and compiling. Like sometimes she might clip out parts in the middle or things like that. And there's been a lot of arguing in the comments between people that are watching this whole thing with horror and people that are trying to run deflection and defense. And so C. Goody mod says, hey, at least 1/4 of said harem is mine. So he believes that he is he's one of the I don't know, lieutenants in this organization, and is taking possession of some of those women. He has more going for him than he's ever had. Someone's either jealous or delusional. Yeah. And then this is another comment from C. Goody, which is complete cope. He's always been this degenerate. He simply kept it behind closed doors. He's Protestant, and frankly, it isn't sinning if he's staying true to his wife. Well, we're going to get into that because I'm sure that comment is going to age like milk. We're going to get into some of the specific people involved in this little toxic cult of personality that's been forming in locals. The first two that I want to talk about are Egalitarian Bitch and her husband, Art the Clown. I showed a screenshot earlier of where she had posted some tits in his live chat while he was live. Art, her husband, is apparently fine with his wife posting, lewd pictures of herself. But
how many Ayn Rand books has he read?
All right, so this is Egalitarian Bitch. Somebody put together like a fake captcha with different women from locals, and obviously if it's a captcha, you're supposed to see which one is Egalitarian Bitch. Rekieta says, I passed this test. So he's saying that he can pick out her ass or tits from a lineup, essentially. This is somebody else in the chat that has been fighting with Art, Cynthia Libtard. Honestly, fuck off, Art. I've posted 2 booby pics. I have a sex life. I've met men online. You're shaming a mom of 3 from, and then it's censored.
You're shaming a mom of 3.
So Art the Clown, who's married to Egalitarian Bitch, an egalitarian bitch, posts pictures of herself in this chat. He is shaming other women for posting their pictures. What? It's okay for his wife to post pictures of herself, but other women can't, apparently, according to him. Here he is on YouTube. Art the Clown, didn't you get your start by whoring out your wife on locals? And then he replies, showing her body willingly isn't whoring, LOL. It's fun.
Yeah,
yes, it is.
What a simp response.
At least whores get paid.
So this is screenshots that I was sent today. They may be from his locals today. I'm not sure. Sally asks, since when do you care about them? Talking about his detractors. And Rekieta says, I don't. C Goody, the mod, says, the shit the Kiwi fags and Discord cucks are saying about you and the Alyssa Clips comments are hilarious. And Art the Clown said, believe me, I've been shitting all over Alyssa in her comments. And Rekieta replies to him and says, she's very mad. So Rekieta is aware that Art the Clown and C Goody and others are going and raiding Alyssa Clip's comments and just being nasty, doing things like attempting to dox her and things like that. It's gotten very, very ugly in her comments. Here's another thing. Ultra Wood Chipper asks, what did Alyssa do? C Goody says she's butthurt about A, Discord being shut down, and B, Nick being open about his sexual escapades and feelings and such. And then Rekieta replies to that and says, I think she's actually most mad about A. So he's accusing Alyssa of being angry that the Discord was shut down. And that's why she's making clips of him speaking in his own words. Before I move on from Egalitarian and her husband, I just wanted to give you guys a couple of bits of information on what she thinks is pedophilia. So this is Egalitarian's...
That's gonna be a fucking insight.
All right, so this is somebody in chat. Quick question for chat. What do you consider a pedo? Liking children, under teenager, young teen, anything under 18? What's your line for pedo? Well, Egalitarian was very happy to answer that question. I think that if you are attracted to innocence and ages that look like children, you're a pedo. Let's face it, there are girls who are 16 or 17 who lie about their ages to get older guys and who don't look any kind of childlike. If they're old enough to know they have to lie, I don't consider that pedophilia. Maybe that's a hot take. So
you fucking cursed us.
Oh, dear God.
So Egalitarian bitch believes that if they're old enough to lie, they're old enough to fuck.
If they're old enough to lie, what?
Yeah, they're doing the thing.
I started to lie at 5 years old.
This is never a great road to go down. Yeah.
Everything, it seems, in Rekieta's locals has been just like this little slippery slope downward, where first it was don't post tits on locals, and then we'll get to in a little bit. I have screenshots of Rekieta saying, well, technically nipples aren't against TOS. And then most recently, a couple nights ago, somebody posted a vagina picture in his locals, and that happened while he was live on stream. So we'll get there. I promise you. This is interaction of Rekieta with Based from Mars. That's the girl that was going to move. And so he says, wait, Italy with an I, because that makes it a stripper name. And she says, if this pole class ever takes off, I'll use that as my name. He says, I'll hold you to it. She says, now that I'm moving to Florida, there's a strip club on every corner, so there's plenty of options. He says, I'll bring the money gun and douse the hose in singles. She says, that would be truly wild. And then he says, here's mine, ha ha ha, and he shows a picture of his actual money gun. You ever use one? I bought one in Miami. It's a fucking riot. So this is him telling a girl that if she does stripping, that he'll show up with his money gun and douse her in ones. All right. This is Rekieta posting a picture of himself from the shower. So this is like terminally online behavior. Posting pictures from his own shower. So we've discussed Egalitarian bitch and her husband Art the Clown. We've talked about C Goody. Next on the list is Sally78. And if you follow me on the Fediverse, you may have seen this picture. I have cropped it considerably. It did show a lot of underboob, and it went down pretty fucking low in the...
Is that a C-section scar?
Or a
Yes.
bullet wound?
So it says, Rackets was here. She's drawn this on herself.
I like that you kind of fucked up the R a little bit there.
Well, it's kind of hard drawing on yourself, I guess.
Drawn on yourself using, like, your kid's Crayola markers. I'm not going to post all of her photos. It's just to give you an idea. She is a very prolific poster, posts pictures of herself all the time in there. And it is immediately obvious, to me at least, that she is a woman that is so obsessed with Rekieta that she probably wants to fuck him and then rip his skin off and wear it like a coat. That's my impression of her obsession with Nick. And Nick is okay with this because there are plenty of pictures where she has posted images of herself and he has replied. Good night, Sally. The chat becomes less hot when you leave. Did I give you this one? Sally asks. And he says, beauty. All right. There's
a face pic too. You can see her face in there.
Yeah, there's a ton of these. All right. So she's posted a ton of images. I don't want to show them all. We don't have time to show them all.
Jeez, that must be good for Lady Racket's confidence.
Right. Remember how I said at the beginning? I wanted to show you guys that pregnancy clip of Rekieta. I wanted you to keep that in your mind. So contrast that, talking about his wife and what happens to her body after 5 children, and contrast it with this, where he is directly interacting, replying, giving positive feedback, and flirting with these women that are posting pictures of themselves in his locals and calling them beautiful. SPQR and Odyssey says, aren't they in an open marriage? If they are, he has not said that. He has made very adamant points that when they go out together to underwear parties at the gay bar and get hit on by other people there, that they are having monogamous fun, that he says that it's fun for them to go out and get hit on by other people and then come home just the two of them together. So according to Rekieta, they are monogamous. They are not in an open relationship. So there you go.
It's monogamous with a little asterisk above the top of it.
Sally asks, no nipple, right? Damn, did I get it? Meaning, did she get it covered up? And he says, technically, nipples don't violate TOS, but I've been trying to keep it from being a literal constant spam of bare tits from Instagram and OnlyFans. And somebody says, you're going to regret admitting this, LOL. Rekieta says, I can still delete them. And this person says, I would prefer no nipples in chat personally, but I know no one cares what any of us think. And then Trazlon says, can you delete them fast enough? And then she posts an ass pic. Rekieta says, me too, honestly, that he would prefer no nipples in chat. I still keep the no nipple policy, by the way. I'm just saying the locals won't get yeeted for a nipple, but I'd prefer not to have it because it will get out of hand. And I love nipples. As it's not out of hand so far. And then we have somebody that's actually maybe sane in the locals saying, homie, delete. You retarded right now? I can help. The floodgates to nippledom have been opened. And so the ante was upped just a couple nights ago. This is the vagina pic that got posted in locals chat, which is very censored. Don't worry. All right, I've even put locals branding on it for them. And this is Nick's live reaction to it, because this happened when he was on a stream.
God damn it. Okay. I have to delete these pictures, guys. You can't... There's one rule on locals. Hold on, I need just a second to go through and get rid of these. I thought those were fingers, frankly. Oof. I didn't realize that those were lips. There is one rule on locals. It is no pornography. That's the main thing. That's the main.
No pornography.
But other than that, you can say all sorts of shit. You can say all of the fun words. and come into chat and hang out.
I've got some fun words. Can I
You'll
say
actually
them on
find
Nicky
them.
Records' YouTube
You'll
channel?
find a pretty fun fucking community.
So he's right after somebody posts a vagina in his locals, he's shilling the locals and saying it's a great fun community. You're really going to enjoy it, but don't post pornography. So I don't know. I guess we got different definitions of what pornography is. You know, he also talks about how he doesn't want to moderate the chat. Yeah. So this is very recently him discussing with chat about turning the locals chat into paywalled. Because right now anybody can see the locals chat. You don't have to be a paying member to see it. I'm strongly considering making chat.
I don't like where this is going.
Making chat exclusive only. That would get rid of a lot of problems. Like no lurkers. Yes, please. What would be the difference? That would be great. I didn't fully realize the chat itself was visible. It should be exclusive only. It'll stop people who don't pay from reading it and gaining ammunition against you. Others can watch but not interact, which gives me fishbowl vibes. They still will, but it's more difficult.
Watching but not interacting.
That is what killed Ass Wednesday. Ass Wednesday. They have an Ass Wednesday. Is there a way to make it paid only? I lurked for a while, but it pulled me in. And Rekieta says, this is why I haven't done it. I have to try it from an anonymous account or something. Chat is supposed to be exclusive, but it may be viewable. So they're discussing how to hide all this shit now, because there's been a lot of criticism talking about what's going on in his locals, the things that are happening. I'm definitely not the first person to have talked about it. And now they're talking about how to hide it. How best can we hide this stuff to prevent you from getting ammunition?
I posted this in live links forever ago. I wanted to read it.
Sure, go ahead.
Let me see. It's from somebody named Jessie May. And this is her story about how she got into Rekieta's local chat. Okay, to the sexy pics by any person, here's my story. Married 10, divorced 2, forced to raise a kid together, next 8, miserable. Until I caught this stupid grifting lawyer with my sense of humor with the Rittenhouse trial. Month later, I am involved in this chat and get confidence. From the guys here and the women, I post some ass pics, get busted, fight, oh yeah, until he sees what you guys say about me and fags, cough, cough, cough. He fell in love again or something. IDK, love you guys and gals. Like, that's fucking creepy and weird and sad and pathetic. Am I the only one that feels that way?
Yeah, so she's basically saying that she got into the community, posted pictures of herself to make herself feel better about herself, and then got busted by her husband. And then he saw what the local chat said about her, and they fell in love again. It is very creepy. Yeah.
Hey, yes, I believe that.
Yeah, Cuckoldry.
Right.
The most intelligent way to have sex.
I've been a fan of Nick's, his channel, for a long time. I'm a subscriber. I've sent super chats on occasion on both YouTube and Rumble. I supported him during the whole Keffel saga when he was getting banned off of different platforms. I found him funny. I enjoyed the legal analysis. When he was shown the Where's Lolcow poster on his stream live back in October, he pulled it up and looked at it and laughed his ass off on it, and he said, this is what the internet was made for.
Clairebere. Nick, did you get a chance to see the Where's Lolcow poster that you're in? Yes, I did.
That is
Should we show
hilarious.
this? Yes. This is beautiful. This is what the internet was for right here. This is what the internet was actually created for. The Where's Lolcow. It's Where's Waldo. You got PPP. You got Mundane Matt over here carrying boulders. You got Jim's Chudbuds. You got Jim up here. Here's me with the unbreaded right here. That's fucking fantastic. You got down here. I love this is what art is. Okay. This is the art that I don't understand, because not only did they draw all this stuff, I understand that part of art. Oh, I'm gonna fictionalize. Here's Dick Masterson. I'm gonna fictionalize and draw people. They drew them in the fucking perfect theme. Oh, it's great. What a fucking good, what a good piece of art that is.
which was just like super thrilling to myself and my husband, the artist, on the Where's Lolcow poster. So all that is to preface by saying I have no ill will towards Nick at all. But I do think that he's being very obstinate in refusing to understand why people dislike the way that he has been acting lately, or why people are laughing at him over all this behavior. I don't hate him. I was never a member of the Discord, so I'm not mad that it was being shut down. Also, Discord is stupid and can go eat a bag of dicks. But that's a whole nother topic. I certainly don't see him as my internet dad, as he accuses the people on Kiwi Farms of, especially since we're like 2 years apart in age. So I also think he's being stubborn about the desire to not moderate his community. Like, he keeps saying, I don't want to have to mod this shit. It's okay to have some standards, Nick. I mean, you've gone from don't post tits back in October to nipples are technically not against TOS, to a couple nights ago, don't post vaginas. The one rule we have is no pornography. And I guess, like I said before, I think we maybe have different definitions of what constitutes pornography. And you said in your stream last night that you think that porn can be harmful to adolescent boys. So I'd really like to ask you, would you let your sons hang out in your locals? I mean, I know that he's a libertarian, but this also feels a lot like laziness. He claims not to have time to moderate the locals, but he admittedly spends hours in there every day. He has at least one moderator in there, the C. Goody person that we talked about, who seems to do nothing except for snipe back at any detractors. So I guess what it boils down to, for me at least, is like a disappointment and a sense of like secondhand embarrassment for Nick and his wife. I'm very uncomfortable with the way that he includes his audience in his fetishes. He has said that he's only going to discuss those sort of topics from now on his local streams and not on YouTube or Rumble. But that doesn't really fix the issue or make it better. That just kind of hides it away from the more casual viewers, just like discussing how can we paywall or hide what's going on in locals from the casual member so that they don't get ammunition to use against me. His more dedicated audience that is part of that community is still going to be exposed to it. And I haven't checked if he's streaming tonight, but if he isn't, I know why he isn't. It's because he's going to a glow party at a gay bar where everyone will be in body paint and dancing under black lights. I know this because he told us on a stream. I wish I didn't know this. There's no reason for me to know this. This is basically just to say this isn't about being a prude or an incel. This isn't about neoconservatives being ass mad that he's letting his freak flag fly. He is creating a toxic community filled with toxic people, as I've shown. He's encouraged his wife to share lewd photos. He's shared them of himself. He's encouraging really inappropriate parasocial relationships with women in the locals by flirting with them and giving them positive feedback and telling them their tit pictures are beautiful. It's probably only a matter of time before the whole thing explodes in his face through a Me Too moment or something else. And maybe this is a midlife crisis. Maybe this is just the new Nick. But either way, Nick is oversharing. He's engaging in exhibitionism with his audience without their consent. So, I mean, he really shouldn't be surprised at the end of the day if his viewers withdraw that consent by unsubscribing from his content. And I hope that he figures this out before this completely ruins his career or his marriage. And that's really all I have to say on it.
It all returns to nothing. I just keep letting me down, letting me down, letting me down.
Yeah, speaking of Ralph, I know that in the description for today's video, I said that I'd be covering Ralph, but I'm actually not going to be talking about him after all. Oh, also, I want to pull up the thumbnail. I know that you probably saw it, but if you didn't, he's up there at the top, Mr. Baron Von Oink up here. So we're not going to talk about Mr. Baron Von Oink tonight after all. There's just too much other stuff to cover. And Claire, check Chudbuds. It's redirecting to some porn. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, did somebody wait until I went live to fuck around? All right. I'm going to put up a be right back screen and I will deal with this, you guys. I apologize for the delay. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for the delay. Somebody obviously wanted to fuck around and redirect the site to some pictures of graph and music playing. So I just took the site down and changed the DNS. So, saying that I was not going to cover Ralph tonight after all, because there's just too much other stuff to go into. So, instead, I will try to do some sort of Ralph-only stream, maybe in the next few days. Claire, did you hear about Ralph's dildo scandal? I did. I saw the screenshot of him looking at his computer, and reflected in his sunglasses is what looks like a website browsing sex toys. So, anyway, we will cover Ralph in an upcoming stream, and we'll probably do like an unsalted segment. You know, I do have some new information from Harry Morris that was given to me. So I think you guys will find it interesting. It's nothing like super spectacular, but if Harry is still in chat, he can confirm that, you know, he and I talked for a little bit a couple nights ago, and he gave me some more insight and information into the whole timeline of events that happened, and you know, with the falling out between his daughter, his daughter and the rest of the family. And also some more information about what happened when they left the house, the rental house in Virginia. To clarify, somebody is asking on Odyssey what happened with Chudbuds. Chudbuds did not get hacked. It got redirected. And so I just turned off the DNS is what I did. So it did not get hacked, the site itself. Anyway, what's going on? Everyone's emails are out? Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, I guess the world is conspiring to not want me to stream tonight. I don't know. I don't know the sources of why they wouldn't want me to stream, but it's fine. I will deal with it. So I guess probably the best thing to do is I need to figure out whatever is going on, and pause the music. I need to figure out what's going on. So let me go look into things. We'll pick this up on another night, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry that we can't continue talking about fun, silly stuff tonight. So it's all good. Take care and handle your business. Yeah, that's what I need to do right now. So let me go look into things, figure out what's going on, and we'll reconvene at a later date. All right. I'll see you guys later.
You don't want to get into a dick measuring competition. I have a bigger dick. I have a bigger dick. I have a bigger dick. My dick is